Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, whichever schedule you are there. This is the second opinion with Dr. Manolo. We are going to be talking about the war. The stability of the war depends on the election of the U.S. Now we are going to do an analysis, spiritual analysis, with our theologist, Marta Garcia. How are you?
Hola. How are you, friends and family? I hope you're doing great. We're doing great too. We're very optimistic about the coming elections because we are certain that God Almighty is in control. Therefore, President Trump is going to win a second term.
I was checking out in the war. The war is basically dependent what is going to happen in the day of the election. If Donald Trump wins, the people consider like it is going to be the stability in the world like the same it was before. If he loses, they are afraid something is going to happen because the socialism is going to be implemented here officially, which is they have a bad experience about the other countries where they are socialist. So what do you think about that?
Well, I have so many things to say, but let's start by saying let's speculate for a little bit. Considering that President Trump is going to lose the election. If that would have happened, so that means that the implementation of a cashless society, the implementation of one world order, the implementation of all the lawlessness in the land is going to be implemented in this coming, if that would have happened. So we're talking about a period of
So
darkness.
let's see the both sides in case he loses, in case he wins.
So if he loses, that's what we're doing. He in his first period, let's think a little bit of all the things that he bring to the White House. First of all, he got prayer, great decision. Number two, he got the defense of the life, the defense of the unborn child, a pro-life, the sanctity of life, excellent. Number three, that was very important, I think, for a lot of parents. This was a key of support for President Trump. He started persecuting all the rings of pedophilia and human trafficking, where lots of politicians that we probably already know, once the Epstein Island was discovered. So we know that a lot of politicians, a lot of judges, and a lot of lawyers were involved. So he started persecuting that. So imagine that the land is being cleaned up of all that perversion, of all that dark situation. So if he were to lose, all those advancements will be shut, because I am sure that prayer is not going to be allowed in the White House. No more sanctity of life pursuit, and definitely no more human trafficking, persecuting, because we know that.
So, but in this case, Donald Trump is fighting against the system, not against the Joe Biden.
Yes, it's a system. It's established.
But
system.
that system it is bringing, in case they win, it is bringing like they want to open the borders. They say everybody is welcome to U.S. Can you believe that situation happening when right now U.S. is the only country making stability in the whole region, not only in the region, in the world. Okay, if that situation happening, how do you feel like it's receiving in California? Because we live here, it is bordered with Mexico. You receive like an extra 20 million people in less than 2 months.
That will be not only a big chaos, but it'll be the end of the United States. The country cannot support that many people coming, especially because they're coming with their own convictions, with their own mindset. And in order for them to absorb the culture, the constitution, the law, it's going to take time. But so that means that we're just going to be a non-existent country anymore.
But they are contradicting by themselves, because in the Obama presidency, he deported over 4 million people to Latin America, majority of Mexican. He deported over 4 million. Means when they say, oh, open borders, he's telling the total opposite what he was promoting before when he was on charge.
Well, we've been noticing in the last 8 years that there's a lot not only of contradictions within the Democratic Party, but a lot of lies that they're being caught on. So then, double-minded, and double moral. So then it's not a surprise that they say this, maybe because that works in that moment, and now they're saying this because this is working in this moment. But in reality, the purpose of them is to bring the socialism in and to break the United States.
Okay, just imagine they bring the socialism to the United States. Do you know right now, from the US, basically, because of the money transfer sending to the relatives living in the other countries in the world, especially Latin America, the East Europe, Asian, African countries, they are receiving money right now. And we are talking over $100 billion every year going to outside of the world, of the US and going to the world. What happened if they say we implemented the socialism, so no more money transferred to the world?
We're done. And we need to understand the whole world is going to collapse. First of all, not only because maybe the United States, it might not be the best country in the whole world,
but
it has something but it has something that other countries don't have, and that is a foundation, that is a spiritual foundation that gives honor and respect to God, the creator of earth, heaven and earth. Not everybody, but the foundation is like that. So just because that foundation, that means light, light to the world. From United States comes out the help for all over the world, food, help, finances, medical, everything comes from here. Even the spiritual help comes from here. This is the only country that imports the most benefit around the world. So if United States is no more, then we're talking about collapsing the whole world, putting the light under darkness.
When they are talking about socialism, I say it is easy to see which countries in our region, Latin American countries, they are socialist, like Venezuela, Cuba, Argentina, Nicaragua, Bolivia, and you see the difference, the lifestyle over there comparing with the other countries. If this is the result of the socialism, why they want to implement socialism here in the United States?
Well, okay, let's analyze a little bit. The mindset of the people and the actions and the way they believe is reflected on the government, right? So then the people that come from socialism, they have that government because their behavior and their thoughts and maybe the lack of action created that the government advanced and became a dictatorship instead of the people having a voice. So now they come over here with that mindset of socialism, of getting things from the government, and if they come with that mindset and they don't change their mind about how to be prosperous, what are the foundations of this country, then they're coming with that expectation, and in a way, they do not contribute to the prosperity of the country. It's just the opposite. You know,
just consumers, consuming whatever the country can
they are running from that, but they have not understand that that system was there because they didn't act, they didn't investigate, they didn't do any action. Just the things that America was doing lately. You know, they were being put to sleep, they don't want to vote, they don't want to do anything because nothing changed, nothing happens, and now look what happened. We have this Democratic Party that wants to bring the socialism here, and now the people just wake up and say, hey, I haven't realized that this was going on. So now that's why we have this war that is not only physical, but very spiritual.
Something I don't like it is they promote the equality, right? So the people in control, the people with the money, with the power, the media, they promote the equality between the human beings. But the equality at the bottom, because they have the private jets, they live in mansions, they eat the best food, they have the best doctors. What kind of equality they are promoting?
Yeah, they're talking equality for them, not for them. You know, they make $200,000-$300,000 a year with a lot of immunity and a lot of privileges. So why are they gonna care? They don't care because they have what they need and more plus power. Now the people over here, as they look at us like that people, they don't care about creating that equality because it's not their money. It is their money, but not 100%.
So they don't care about us?
They don't care
So
about
maybe
us.
they don't watch this, so we can have the freedom to be talking whatever we are thinking on that.
Yeah,
I saw the news, the son of Biden, and it is coming on the news. Okay,
interesting.
his son, he was put in the board of directors in a company, energy company in Hungary, and Joe Biden said, I didn't know. How you can don't know your kid? It is not even 35 years old at that time, getting a salary $50,000 just to be a member of the board in a company because he's so smart or because he was Biden.
Oh, because he thinks we're too dumb. You know, Mr. Biden denied many times knowing anything about his son's business.
Now it is a fact.
However, remember the documents that just were
Yes.
brought to the light by Rudy Giuliani, which is the lawyer of President Trump.
I know.
And he gives some oh, you know him.
Yes.
Oh, great. Then he, you know that this is a fact.
He was showing that.
So he gave those documentation to the New York Post, where Joe Biden has received some videos acknowledging his son as the president of this company, and of all these documents that came to the light, when in the campaign he denied it. Deny, even when we are seeing the evidence. And that's not the only problem. The problem is that all the media and the platform, the social platforms, they immediately took it down so people don't know that he was lying in the campaign, in the debates, denying that he knew anything about it. However, he was in business with the socialists. He was in business with Ukraine.
Yes.
And the evidence is right there.
China, Russia.
The evidence is right there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say to our audience.
Something else frustrates me is this, like people from the Democrat Party, they were involved in so many crimes issues, and they couldn't come to the court because they needed to go to the court. They didn't go. They sent the lawyers. In case of Hillary, she didn't even send the lawyer. They think like they are over the law.
Above the law, yes. Well, they're making fun. They're just being.
So that's why they want to cover.
They're just making fun of the Constitution. Very disrespectful.
What happens if they lose?
Well, I don't know. Many people is going to jail, hopefully.
Okay.
So we are not. Mr. Trump is going to win.
Okay.
Not only because.
I like the spiritual
part of
explanation.
it, because there's a lot of people praying for him, but because it's the time that he continues with the things that he started. He hasn't finished yet, so he needs to complete that, whatever he started, and we are just believing that is God's plan for him to win this second part. And you know, other good news is that a lot of Latin people is supporting him, especially the small business owners. They support President Trump because they saw what happened and how this coronavirus fear, pandemia, reinforced by the Democratic Party was not so. You know, it was the attempt or the intention to break the small business owners and to make the wealthier wealthy, more wealthy. You know, the people that already have a lot of money, give them more money.
I could say still this country, it is the country of the opportunities.
Absolutely.
No question on that. Even that the pandemic was trying to break them out because of everybody needed to be inside the house and how they can be supporting. Luckily, this country have enough money to give to the people staying at home. What happened with the other countries? They don't have money, like in Mexico, over 35 million people living day by day. If you don't work today, your kids don't eat tomorrow. So how they can be inside when the government or the state cannot help them out economically? So give me a break. This situation was planned in order for get the rich people richer, especially who are considered from the left, and the low people being more in the poorest situation in the world. So it was a strategy, the people knows, but something was basically blew me out was the president of the OEMS. He said, after these months we were inside the houses. If I tell you the truth, it was just a flu.
It wasn't necessary. what a mockery. They probably thought that we were dumb, and maybe if we were running with that fear, maybe we were for believe everything they say.
So they are
come
trying to
out
get you panic.
after they create all that problem, after all those businesses are broken, after all those business will never recover, they come and say, you know what, you should have never stayed home. You should have never wear a mask because it's like any other virus. What kind? I think there should be a grounds for a sue. We need to sue them
As
for
a lesser
all
humanity.
yes, we need to sue them for all the losses, all the economy losses that represented to the small businesses, and misrepresenting the truth to intentionally break the economy of the small. It is just a crime against humanity.
In the future, we are going to be talking about the when you have an empire, and US it is empire, like it or don't like to the people, and they say it need to be changing, going to the West, in this case to China. We will talk about that
later on.
But this country needs to be being an empire because the whole world is benefiting because of this. Yes. And now, by coincidence or not, or spiritual coincidence, it's up to you. Donald Trump is on church right now, and he has to continue, not because we like him, no, because we don't like the Democrat agenda.
It's because what he has bring to the White House, as I mentioned before, he has bring some light, and he, in a way, he speaks for a lot of Americans. Because a lot of Americans, when I first came to this country, all my neighbors went to church on Sunday. All my neighbors were talking about the Ten Commandments. And we're talking about like 30 years ago. I don't see that nowadays because of how the government has been implementing and taking the prayer away, and trying to take the Bible, outlaw the Bible, and try to take all the human rights, and try to minimize the Constitution, and so many things like that. So I have not seen that often. But President Trump comes back and he opens the prayer, the reading of the Bible, the acknowledgement of God Almighty, and that is definitely something that is very important for any nation. The great thing about President Trump is that he's acknowledging not just any God, but the creator of heaven and earth. And that is give us another opportunity and a wake up.
Okay,
if you want, a spiritually wake up.
Small question. Number one, what are you going to do in case Donald Trump wins again?
What am I gonna do? Well, I think what we're doing now, we need to keep on talking. We need to keep on mentoring people, giving them encouragement, talking about the truth of the gospel, okay, and taking this opportunity and keep on praying for a great spiritual awakening. The America needs to go back to the spiritual roots, so we can continue and we can help our generations, because we have a disconnection within the generations because of the educational system and because other influences that it seems like the intention is to destroy humanity from all fronts. So then when Donald Trump wins this second term, for us it's going to be an opportunity for praying for awakening, spiritual awakening, keep on talking on the little things that we do, and in fact, so when friends, family that are listening to us right now, if you think that because you're one person that stay at home and you cannot help, you're wrong. All of us are created with intention. We have brilliant brains. All we need to do is a little investigation, a little bit of reading, and sharing with your family, with your neighborhood, and that way you make a difference. Yes. That's what we're doing. We're just concerned citizens that love America, that love God Almighty, and we're just sharing this with you. We want to encourage you. Don't be afraid.
Now, second question. What you will do in case he doesn't win?
If he doesn't win, I'll do the same thing. I need to pray. I need to be optimistic, because our God is calling us to constantly and continually pray for the country, pray for the people that is in charge, pray for the generation, and talk about.
I can tell you what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
Okay, in case he wins, I will live here. I'm trying to do what we are doing every single day, trying to educate the people to develop what they have it, being entrepreneurs. If he doesn't win, I'm leaving the country.
You're leaving the country.
Yes.
I think God has a place for every one of us,
Mhm.
but a second part of being in the place that we're at is that we are spiritual warriors as well.
Mhm.
Maybe we stand
That's-
here and we talk about the Bible when it has been outlawed, then we will go underground, just
Mhm.
as China and other persecuted countries that have the church on the ground.
But I have a confidence.
Quitting
I have a
the
confidence.
gospel, never.
I have the confidence. That the confidence he's not going to be.
He's not gonna lose. He's gonna win. We're all
Yes.
here
I'm kidding
supporting
because
him.
I love this country. This is my second country.
Beautiful place.
Yes, and we have to be fighting to get this country better and better all the time, regardless who is the president.
My children that were born here, they have come so ahead.
Mhm.
They completed the education. They have a much better understanding of
Mhm.
life, and all because of the opportunity of this place.
Mhm.
All because the foundation. All because the principles. All because of the Constitution and the things that we continually tell them.
Mhm.
That this is a country of the opportunity is your choice. So
And believe it or not, the stability of the world depends on this election. And the election, it is going to be winning by the Republicans because the agenda of the Democrats, it is not going to be implemented in the U.S. Who say that? Me.
God Almighty.
Okay.
Friends.
Thank you very much.
Go to
Thank you
vote.
so much.
Make your voice heard. Your voice is important. The power of one person
Mhm.
is important.
Yes.
We are only two, but I'm telling you, all the people that are
Yes.
listening to us, at least they're thinking. They're
And share the
considering.
video.
They're considering whatever we're sharing with you. So your voice is very important. Don't be afraid. Okay,
No.
don't let the coronavirus manipulate your life, just as the President Trump says,
Mhm.
that I think is a great statement. And make your voice heard. Believe me, it matters, it's important. Go to vote and
Yeah.
make a difference
And
for
if
our
you love
country.
if you love this country, fight for this country.
Let's
Don't
fight.
allow like external forces or parties, political parties trying to change your life because they don't have that right. You are in control of your life. So fight for that. Fight for the
Let's
freedom.
fight for our country this coming November, friends. Friends and family, go.
November
Vote.
3rd. Thank you.
Thank you
We'll
so
see you
much.
next.